Very good evening to all of you and welcome to the fresh edition of Prepare to Place by Degree to Placements. I am Chartered Accountant Deepak Mulchandani. I am the founder for this and I welcome you here as a Chartered Accountant to this workshop for drafting your CVs to ace your interviews. First of all, congratulations among those 11,460 Chartered Accountants who have been given to the nation this time. Congratulations to all of you. A round of applause from my side. May I please know from which cities are you coming from? Which cities are you all to? So if you can write your city into the chat box, it will be good. Hyderabad, Khajuraho, Kochi, Alwar, New Delhi, Jaipur, Mumbai, Ashta, Cochin again, Indore, Shiopur, Jabalpur, wow, South, East, Kolkata, wow, and Punjab, Akash, very good. Priya from Indore, Christy from Kochi, a lot of people from the south. Great. Thank you very much. And I hope I'll be able to do justice to what you're expecting here. Delhi, Vadodara. Okay, so I have east, I have north, I have south, I have west, and I am from central India. I am talking here from Madhya Pradesh, Indore. I have been a chartered accountant and teaching and training CA students since last 16 years. This venture degree to placement started almost 15 years back. That time we did not have this name. We have given this name 2-3 years back that this is should be called as degree to placements given by students like you. I am an ex Deloitte and ex PwC. I have spent 4.5 years with them, and I was a part of the teams of Hindustan Lever, ITC, Titan, and Suzlon Industries while I was a part of them, and they seconded me to United Kingdom, London also for 5 months. So I'll be here to guide you. Be assured, I'm not going to sell anything at the end of the course. Okay. So you can be rest assured, I'm not ending up this session with a sale. Ye kharid lo. So be relaxed on this because the internet and Telegram is so much choked up with all this. I don't want to become one more person on that. So this effort goes in a way that we create a network, we create a group on WhatsApp as well as on Telegram where people can connect, where people can discuss, and we maintain the sanctity to related to discussions of placements only. Okay. We do these workshops. This is the first workshop, and the next 1 week you'll get multiple workshops coming in from various experts who are none other than our students only who have got placed and in different places. They want to give it back to the profession and give answers to youngsters like you. This is how it started. Okay. Now my volume is okay. Siddhi? Yes, it's been almost 100 hours now since you have become a chartered accountant. On 3rd, the results got declared. It's 7th of November. So I hope the feeling has settled down or still enjoying or having fun. Tell me. You need to interact with me nicely on chat boxes because I will be there. And if you are not camera shy, you can keep your cameras open. दिखना बुरा नहीं है. So still you need to enjoy this continuously. So this the best part of this degree is it will not evaporate. So it is going to be with you. So you can wake up in the morning and feel, array, no exam, no more exams, no more IBS, no more nothing. Now everything is sorted. That is the feeling which is going on as of now. Please have that fun. But in that fun, you need to get ready for the next level also. Okay. So celebration will continue and should continue. वो तो चलना चाहिए अब. Okay. My mode of communication should be more of English or Hindi or a blend will be okay. Please tell me because there are people from South India also. Chota mota 1-2 words of Hindi is fine, but Shri, okay, blend is okay. English. People from South will, if they get a lot of Hindi, they sometimes feel कि अरे ये क्या हो रहा है? What is going on? So don't worry, I will not burden you. I am okay with speaking in English also. Few words here and there of my native language, Hindi, will come in. Okay. So it's 5:40. We are settled now, more or less, into the groom, and I hope you have your notepads ready. Okay. Anyways, the lecture is going to get recorded, but live to live hota hai. Okay. So first thing, before you get into the job world, Before you get into the practice, before you go for a big four, before you go for a industrial training, before you go for ICI campus, anywhere, the first and the foremost thing is your CV. So we'll have next 14 slides organized into next 40 minutes that how a CV shall be drafted. Once you have understood that, I will show you some 4 or 5 sample CVs also, that how CVs look like actually. Sounds okay? Sounds nice? सही चल रहा है? Okay. So the first and the foremost thing. Now tell me, this dress gives you what kind of an impression right now? The dress which is appearing on the PPT slide, which professional gets to your mind when this dress appears? A lawyer, formals, okay, corporate, correct. तो इसका मतलब one thing is for clear, looks do matter, appearance does matter. The moment you say the appearance does matter, you need to ask why people wear formals. People wear formals because it gives them predictability, trust, relatability, which is called a part of artifactual communication. You can't imagine a chartered accountant till date in a tattered jeans or something which is not so professional. A trouser and a shirt or a proper coat is something which gives you that image. Similar lines. On similar lines, your CV is your dress. So what happens is a resume is your representative. Interviewer will see your resume first before they see you. Okay. So while you are there interviewing, it's a guide to the interviewer to know about you. So if I might be good enough, but my CV is not good enough, my chance of going there will not happen. The communication logic, if you remember, 55% is artifactual communication, 38% is verbal communication, 7% is your knowledge. Being a chartered accountant, you need to conquer that first 55% by giving a appealable CV, 38% when you start speaking, and then 7% of the knowledge which you have acquired and you would like to display to the interviewer. Ki, boss, I am a chartered accountant. I know all this. That 7% comes only after that 55 plus 38 is cleared. Okay? So we need to have our CVs done well. When you build your resume, what kind of things you need to keep in mind? A resume should be the best version of you. Let me tell you that. A best version. What do you mean by a best version, sir? You need to keep 5 things in mind. You can imagine yourself in these kind of dresses now for the convocation and for the interview sessions now. Gone are the days of the loose pajamas and the t-shirts in which you were there slogging day in day out, and then all of you must have posted on LinkedIn those tower style books and standing near mission accomplished, I became a chartered accountant. That has become a trend now with all the chartered accountant completing students. They put up a tower of books and then they finally show off कि इतना मैंने पढ़ लिया. Yes or no? Hmm. So 5 things in keep in mind in your CV. Number one, contents and the language, structure of your CV. You need to quantify things in your CV. You need to balance it, and finally, last but not the least, you have to review it. So we will be now taking our discussion further on these 5 aspects. The first one will be content and language. Second will be structure. Third will be quantifying it. Fourth is balancing it, and fifth is reviewing it. Okay. So can I have a word yes, go, or a emoji or a like so that I feel like I'm talking to someone? Okay. Oh, so okay. I have Aditya here. Aditya's description says he's an all India ranker. Aditya, you're an all India ranker. अरे वाह. So nice to have you on the boards. Good. Congratulations. A personal one once again for you. Okay. Let's continue. Yeah. So we'll be going with these 5 things. Okay. So the first thing is the contents. Now, what does this image shows you? Tell me. What does this image shows you? Give me your ideas. Sweets. Buying something. Oh, okay. Great. More. Mixed candy. Nice. Offering sweets. Okay. All of you become started offering sweets. Diwali season is going on, huh? So Diwali. Someone giving something to someone. Okay. So now what happens when you put up your CV? So there are a lot of contents. My context was that there are a lot of contents which we have to put into our CV. So if I am giving something, there are a lot of things which are below available, which I need to understand before putting up in a CV. Am I correct? So now what we need to do is we need to select our content. Okay, what exactly we need to do this. Okay. So first thing is you have to start early. Write down all what you have done and achieved. Now this is something which is going to take time from your side. Let me tell you that. इसमें आपको लगेगा समय. Correct? So what will happen is you have to take out a list and put everything together. What all you have done. Sir, I have done audit. I have done taxation. That is, I know. I have done company law. I have done some finance. But you need to go granular in that and decide what all you have done further. That is something which we need to do. So what will be the best way? What will be the best source, sir, for all the last 2.5 to 3 years? Your articleship timesheet. Sir, if your articleship timesheet is there, you need to start thinking reverse order. Since you took your leave for exams, you go reverse and start remembering what all did you do in your those times. That's one. Second, write down the skills that you have possessed out of that. Sir, what does that mean? Skills means you know audit, you know taxation, but you know client handling, you know team management, you know how to file returns, you know certain technical skills. So that is something which you need to write down and make a list of, so that you are able to make that yes, what all I have done. Because the biggest task for any chartered accountant is to summarize everything what he or she has done into 1.5 to 2 pages. So 25 years of your intellect will sit on 2 pages. Out of that 5 years, what hard work which you have done, average 5 years, what hard work which you have done, that has to come onto the 2 pieces of paper. Sleep on it for a day. Now, what does this mean? Don't literally do it that you sleep on the papers. But what happens is once you start writing things, then you have to give it to time, because some things which may feel very important to you right now because you did a lot of hard work may not be relevant for the recruiter. Please understand. You got my point. आपको अच्छा लग रहा हो, आपके लिए बहुत बड़ी बात हो, पर रिक्रूटर के लिए वो छोटी बात हो सकती है. Correct? So that's one. Add anything else that you might have missed out. By the time if it's there in your mind, now for example, those sections, subsections, the computations which goes into our mind, the audit observations which go into our mind, next day we start कि ये भी हो सकता है, this can also happen, that can also happen. Similar things should happen here. So that's first. Then you need to start prioritizing the list. So once the list is there, now you need to prioritize and sanitize it. Sir, what does that mean? Prioritize and sanitize it. What is important, what is not? For example, you stood first in the competition in school in class 5th. Now, being a chartered accountant, do you really think class 5th achievement will help? No, sir. But you were a head boy, or you were a discipline in charge, or you represented your school in some extra co-curriculars. Will that matter? Yes, that will matter. Will that be the primary thing? No, it will be coming into the extracurriculars. So you need to first of all have everything there and then start deciding what to keep, what not to keep. Correct? Start prioritizing the information. So if you are interviewing this person, what achievement would impress you most about her? It's as simple as that. You need to sit on the other, think that I am sitting on the other side of the chair. ये sentence उसके कितने काम का है? What value this sentence will have to the interviewer when interviewer is looking at your CV and trying to take your interview? That's first. That one question which we need to ask ourselves. And why would you want to hire her into your team? So these are the answers which should be available. Now, the moment I say this, what will happen is, so sir, can't we have a standardized CV? You can have a standardized CV, but it has to be that appealable that it can go to finance, a taxation guy, or anybody. Still, you can make it. Correct? So the words, the choice of words, the sentences, phrasing, everything will be mattering a lot. So what might be important for you may not be necessarily important for the interviewer. That is what I said. Correct? So that's first. Is that okay? Can I move ahead? Give me a yes or no. Correct. Thank you. So now once you have got the contents, now you need to do the research. Now what does that research mean, sir? You need to go to the jobs and professional networking sites like LinkedIn. So tomorrow we'll be having a session on LinkedIn profile building also. And day after tomorrow, Naukri profile building sessions also. And then you will have sessions on from KPMG, from Wipro, from EYGDS. All these sessions are lined up after this particular session from today. This is almost as good as a curtain raiser and a CV feeler, which I'm trying to give you here. You go to the web professional websites got LinkedIn and try to understand what they are expecting. Now, the biggest tool to understand all this is because the technical language at times you are not able to understand what he's trying to ask. Take that technical language, put it to GPT and ask GPT what does this mean on a day-to-day basis in my office if I am working in this office. Put a prompt like this and then see the magic what GPT does for you. Has anybody, I hope so, you are chartered accountants now, you are versed with using GPT for all this or you have not used GPT for all this? Give me a yes, no. Sharma ji says yes. Well versed. Very good. Yes, using Tisha using. Nice. Okay. What roles in finance the companies are hiring for? You need to know. So there are lots of roles right now. It's only Abhi. Once I talk to all of you, know, everybody it comes and says, I want to get into finance. What in finance? There are a lot of things in finance. There is treasury, there is operations, there is working capital management, there is licensing with the banker. So a lot of things are there. So what roles the companies are hiring for? Make a list of job descriptions and skills they are looking for. These would be roles for experienced people. But that's okay. At least this will give you an idea कि वो चाहते क्या हैं, how they are expecting. And the biggest thing is in any company which you go, nowadays either they are using Oracle, either they are using SAP or any of the softwares or any of the ERPs. So you need to understand that ERP functioning or ERP understanding is something primary with you. So the tools which they use, for example, which software is being used in banking industry, please tell me. Finacle, yes. So you need to be knowing about Finacle, correct? That's how. So then you have to imagine saying, boss, working for this person they have advertised for, what kind of a team member would she want? आप क्या बनोगे? Correct? So what kind of a person they are looking for. So if you want to portray yourself that person, you need to start thinking from the recruiter's point of view. Correct? And even if it is a senior position, please understand you went to a website, you understood a senior position. From that senior position, now if you want to come back to a junior position, so you need to see what what you are doing right now so that it can take you to that position. Because most of the people when they pass out, the general answer is I want to get into FDD, I want to get to into M&A tax, I want to get into advisory, I want to get into strategic advisory and transactions or transaction advisory. These are standard answers. Okay, nothing wrong in that. Having that desire is very nice, but now the point is, without playing a district match, without playing a Ranji match, without going to the IPL, can you straight away land up into an international match? The answer is no. So similarly, if you have done your chartered accountancy, it does not give you direct qualification to land up directly in these jobs unless you have done specific set of workings. So if you want to get into finance, nothing like it. Please understand what are they expecting and then start back working ki kya kya karna padega, what you need to do. So this is again the research part. Please understand this research will not happen in 1 day or 1 hour. This is a time consuming process, and that is the reason that I am doing this almost within 4 days of your CA completion, because campus is almost a month away. But this is the right time Celebrations will finally settle down after this Saturday Sunday weekend, and then you can start working on all these things. Okay, are you able to understand this slide? Can I go ahead now? Anuj, I will come to your question of domain guidance because that is a separate session which I will be having where I'll give you idea about various domains which you can have. So relax on that. Don't worry. Come to the next thing. Now you have to build your resume. So the structure has to be there. So at the top, the structure has to be your name, contact details, and age. Please remember your contact details should be on the front page on the top side only, as well as if there is a LinkedIn ID or an email ID, make sure you put an enter after that so that it becomes a hyperlink. Because if it's not a hyperlink, at times people may directly try to reach you after looking at your CV. So it should be a single click available. ये छोटी छोटी चीजें हैं. Then your education should come in. Education should come in reverse chronological order. Reverse means your chartered accountancy CA final information should be first, and then intermediates, then foundations, then 12th, and then 10th, and graduation in between. Okay. If you have any academic achievements, that is stood first in the class or stood extraordinary merit, you have secured some district position, the section 2 can also be clubbed into section 1 within a table that okay, I have cleared chartered accountancy with exemptions in 4 subjects. I was an all India ranker. Correct. So when you say CA final September 2025, there only you can say all India rank. For example, Aditya will write all with an all India rank 42. That's how. So and next your section comes as section 3, your articleship and internship experience. This is where we need to do the maximum work. When you do articleship, primary three things any article does in an office. Number one, uh, statutory audit, internal audit, return filing, and MCA work and finance work. Mainly 5 things. Am I missing out something? Statutory audit, internal audit, ROC compliance, indirect tax compliance, finance related work. Anything else which is usually there in the office I'm missing? What am I missing, Ankit? Yes, more or less this is GST compliance is correct. See what will happen is now, if you come from not from a big four, okay, let me put it that way. If you don't come from a big four and if you come into small and mid-sized firms, there you end up doing most of the work. Am I correct or not? You may keep giving me a yes or no, okay? Hmm. Now the biggest point is how do you market it and portray it? So your articleship and internship experience, I will show you few CVs where you can actually put it into categories like statutory audit, internal audit, direct taxation, or simple word taxation, and under taxation you can have 2 sections, direct and indirect. Now if I am now there is a smart thing which we need to do. This section should prepared in such a way that we can shuffle the points up and down. For example, if I am putting it for a taxation interview, so what should come at the first thing? The taxation experience. If I am putting it for an internal audit work, so then it should come as internal audit experience. Correct? And if I'm putting it for statutory audit, the stat audit experience should come first. How to write that statutory audit experience is something which is coming up in the next slides. Third. Fourth, skills and proficiencies. What are the skills and proficiencies usually a CA fresh chartered accountant has? Tell me. Is Excel a skill now or a basic competence? Is advanced Excel a basic skill or a basic competence or a skill? So then what you should be writing? Most of the times what we see is simply people say MS Excel, Office, no, advanced Excel. And as Aditya is mentioning, If you are saying it's integrating with AI, also advanced Excel, that is something which will give a motivating point to the interviewer to see कि अच्छा ये भी आता है इसको. That's how. Correct? Okay. Excel, advanced Excel is a skill. What all other skills? Sir, preparing draft reports from GPT is a skill. Or prompt engineering is a skill. Correct. SAP, softwares which you know, certain utilities which you know, those skills and proficiencies. Correct. Okay. Then you go further. The section 6 which comes in financial modeling. Okay. If you have harnessed it and mastered it. Section 6. Then co-curricular activities come in. Now here in co-curricular activities, you need to understand that what is important and what is not important. If you have just being a part of a student conference, that is not a co-curricular activity. But if you have been into a committee, if you have been into some execution in some college, then it becomes a part of co-curricular activity. Okay. So if you did some collaborations nowadays with social media advent, many of the people are content creators, writing certain things, ghostwriter, other things. Those skills and co-curriculars can come in. Okay. Section 8. Today's my LinkedIn post said that you can lose a job of 20 lakh rupees just because you write your interest in very normal way. If you say what is your interest, my interest is listening to music. Now is that an interest or is this just an activity? Reading books, surfing internet. Do you really think these are interests or these are nowadays regular activities? So these are all regular activities. So you need to be very clear on all these. This should not find a place here. The person is not there to understand all this. So what I've said is in section you have to make it interesting. There's a small typing error from my side. Section 6 and 7 both their co-curricular has come in. Actually it should be one only. So spare my mistake on that. Section 8 interest. If you have interest, what kind of interest? Exploring new technologies. The moment you say exploring new technologies, you are opening up an area for him. If you say reading books, so you have to be precise. What kind of books? Self-help books, fictional books, English literature, Hindi literature. Otherwise, he has got an open-ended area for interviewer. You're giving an open-ended area to interview on many aspects. And please understand, interview is not the test of knowledge. Interview is test of knowledge, but the person is trying to understand you how you can conversate and handle the other person. That makes a big difference. When you're building a resume, so you would have done audits. So how many of you have done statutory audits? Many of you. Internal audits you have done. But have you ever quantified it? You need to quantify things in resume. For example, I'll recite two lines, okay, of the same client. Now you tell me which is more appealing. Completed statutory audit of a manufacturing company. That's the first one. Second, acted as a team leader of a listed manufacturing client with turnover of 500 crores, starting from audit planning till conclusion and report preparation. Which one is better one? Second one. Second one is giving an idea. First one was just giving a general statement. Now most of the times हम थक जाते, we get tired, we don't even think कि हम ऐसे भी present कर सकते हैं. I will never say that you need to lie in your resumes, okay? Because that is the worst thing to do. But what is in your hand is to present your work in nicer way so that the person feels appealing कि इससे बात की जाए. I should speak to him or her. So how do you quantify? Number one, numbers give depth to your achievements. First of all, you have to make numbers relatable. You can't do something like this. Okay. So if you are participated, let's say you led a team. Now the moment say how much is the team size? So I'll say two people. So then it is not a team, it was a pair. But if you are in a team of 10 and you have led that team, so it shows your management skills. If you shows your leadership skills, that how did you coordinate everything? Correct. You have to avoid generic statements. Am I too fast or am I on the right track? Can you just give me a heads up right now? Too fast or on the right track? Giving some value or not giving some value? Hmm. Okay. ठीक है. Yeah. Thank you. So you need to avoid generic statements. What kind of generic statements we have? We have to be specific. Giving a recommendation based on your analysis doesn't say anything. What did they say with your recommendation? Please understand. आपने मैंने बहुत सारा query sheet. We have done a lot of times that the query sheet which we have given has got so many things which do not get implemented at any point of time in the client's place. So does that adds value or it is just a recommendation and paper filling? Sir, it's just a paper filling. So what will help? How that recommendation got implemented and did the client help or save anything? That's how it has to be put. Understood? Second, now you can't be very hyper specific. You, for example, I did a multinational client, so I said that I can't simply say I audited their division, their marketing spend was there, they were giving free gifts to their customers. So now the scheme got closed, so the free gifts were available lying there without any purpose now. So when I went there, one audit statement or one observation can be what? Gift articles to be given to customers lying unaccounted. What did I do? I got that counted and then said gift articles worth 40 lakh rupees can be used for an alternative scheme and utilized in a better way or should be disposed of to recover the amount. You got the point? Did you find the difference in the way things were reported? First is a generic statement. Second was a specific one. Now, if the audit report person who's reading that audit report is not the operational guy. So now third option what I'm trying to tell you is this. In go down on number 4, on the right hand side, there are lying items which should be taken out of the go down and then weighed and then evaluated for disposal. Now this is the third. This is being hyper specific. Is this required into the report or it is required for the ground person? Sir, it is required for on ground person for operational purposes. So we need to understand what we are speaking or writing into the report, whom the report is getting addressed, and what is the length. Correct? Hello. So similarly, in your CV, you need to say that what exactly you have done, how you have added value, and how you can quantify it. Correct? Next one. Relate numbers and actions to the efforts you put down. Once you put your numbers, check the numbers again. This is something very interesting because if you say our recommendation helped our client reduce its losses by 15%. So the moment you say this, the person will get excited and he will start asking you the questions. What exactly did you do? So then you need to be having substantial details. तुक्का नहीं मारना है. Don't bluff. Don't lie. Okay. So once you put the numbers, you check the numbers again, and please make sure whatever is going in your CV, you are very well clear with it. ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए you are stumped with something. I have seen CVs, I receive CVs. For example, there is a student right now called candidate right now, Ankit Goyal. So how do I receive a CV? पता है Ankit Goyal final, Ankit Goyal final, Ankit Goyal final after modification final. It is similar to that financial statements final files which we have in our office folders. You all can correlate what I'm trying to tell you. So that has to be very clear कि क्या भेज रहा हूँ, what is there, and जो उसमें गया है वो मुझे पता है. Correct? Okay. And now when you put this, you have to distribute information. How do you distribute information? You have to balance out the points in different sections of your resume. Everything should not come into your one area. Okay. Like for example, academic section will have numbers, it will have percentage, it will have board. Correct? But if you have done something good, You have given some recommendations or done some research or publication is there, आपने कुछ एक्स्ट्रा करिकुलर किया है तो वो उसको ढंग से विजुअली दिखाओ अच्छे से. Please understand, the user should not get bored. Spikes should be there in your resume. Now, what do I mean by spikes? These are not the spikes of the hair. Spikes are highlights, points, keywords marked in bold to make them stand out. Okay, so now should you tell me, should you have different colors in your resume or should be only one color? Give me an answer. Sir, it has to be one or max to max two colors, not more than that. Please make sure. It should not be a multicolor catalog. Correct? When you distribute your information, this is what the next slide says. Write what you do, or if you write something, you should be able to speak about it. Try to stand out with your spikes. Yes, you might be interested in cricket, so is the entire country. तो फिर मेरा इंटरेस्ट है, मैं क्रिकेट देखता हूँ, तो फिर आपको फिर उसमें होना चाहिए अगर वो आपसे पूछ ले. If you are a RCB fan, if you are a Chennai fan, or if you are a women's cricket fan now, so you need to have those details properly at your hand. नहीं तो वो बोलेगा what exactly यार. Correct? So neatly organize the information in resume. Now when you format your resume, correct? So when you format your resume, there are 3 points to be kept in mind. Name should be in largest font size. Contact details should be 1 or 2 points larger than the body text. So the largest is name. Name के बाद your contact details and then your content. Body text should be easy to read fonts. Please don't go for monotype Kurosiwa. Please don't go for anything which is very stylish or calligraphical. The best is Calibri, Arial, Tahoma. I would personally recommend not to use Times New Roman. This is my personal recommendation because it sounds to be very boring. Calibri, Arial, Tahoma फिर भी better है. Don't go to Times New Roman. It's really boring. I feel it boring. Space out the text so that there is enough white space for the reader. Correct? And then do not clutter everything in one part, leaving lot of white space. कैसा चाहिए? सब एक जगह? नहीं. सब जगह बहुत ज्यादा? नहीं. Equally spread out everywhere. Okay? Justification should be on the left. Left justified should be the text. And the most important thing now, you need to read your resume again and again till you get sick of reading it. मतलब एक बार बन गया, पढ़ो, वापस पढ़ो, वापस पढ़ो. तब जाकर आपको कॉन्फिडेंस आएगा कि इस पेज के ऊपर मैं कुछ भी बोल सकता हूँ. आई कैन डू एनीथिंग विद दीज 1 or 2 pages which I am creating of my own. You should know every part of your resume. Proofread for typos and grammatical mistakes, especially email IDs, phone numbers, and grammatical text. Very bad to have all these things. And long sentences should not be there. Even you don't like long sentences. Your generation is now getting feeded onto 15 and 30-second reels. So do you really think somebody will spend 20 minutes on your CV? No. Hey nahi. So another 2 minutes or 1.5 minutes should get your attention to the recruiter. I want to speak to this boy or girl. Correct? So what your resume should have, if I may say, it should have action words. It should have accomplishments, if any, skills that make you stand out. See, now you are into a perfect competition market. All of you are chartered accountants. So now homogeneous degree will not give you something which you are aspiring for. So to become better than other chartered accountants, because all of you have cleared in the same exam, you have answered the same question papers. So one will stand out with other in what aspects? In these aspects. So skills that make you stand out. Now how do I decide, sir, मेरी कौन सी skill है? Number one, your skill can be I am a good number cruncher. I am a good people's person. If you are, if you have done lots of clients interactions and you like interacting with people, so that will make a difference. Minimize the passive voice, use active voice in your CV, and it should be easy to read, clear type of free language. Correct? What your resume should not have, that is a ticking bomb in your hand. वो एक बहुत बड़ी बात है कि क्या नहीं होना चाहिए सीवी में. These are those blunders or mistakes which people keep doing till date. First, you don't need to have loads of graphs. You're not doing anything as such, okay? So graphs are not needed. Anyways, it's 1.5 to 2 pages only. In that also, if you have graphs, it will need a lot of space. Second, declaration. I do hereby certify that the information is true to the best of my knowledge and belief. Sorry, sir, it is not needed. It's nowhere a certification. Okay. आप ऐसा लिखते हो तो इसका मतलब इससे पहले कहीं पे वट एवर आई हैव सेड इज नॉट करेक्ट. हियर ओनली आई एम सेइंग इट इज करेक्ट. दैट शुड नॉट बी द केस. Generic statement. I was a part of the organization committee for the fest. So do you really think it's a great thing? No. Unless you are the chief organizer, you conducted certain sessions, you led something. Okay. In hobbies and interests, for God's sake, don't put listening to music, watching Netflix, surfing the net, meeting people. It gives an impression that you don't have anything useful to do. So please make sure you don't do these mistakes. Correct? Now let's come to sample layouts. I'll open up around 5 or 6 resumes for you. Now you are supposed to come up and give me some inputs that what do you understand. Okay? Ready? Hey, give me a yes or no. Ready or not? People from all parts of the country here. Okay. Going so far well? Because it's been almost 40 minutes now. Okay. ठीक है. So now I'll open up few CVs for you, which I would like to show. We'll give 2-3 minutes to each CV. Okay. That's one. So that's one of the CVs you can have a look at. I have masked, मैंने छुपा दिया, I have masked all the important information of the candidates to maintain their privacy. So your name, your degree, your work experience, your. So this person happens to be a CA fresher or post CA also, he has post articleship also, he has done something. Tell me. So he has got some post qualification experience also. Correct? See, skills are standing out. Skills, competencies, achievements. Can you tell me one mistake in this CV right now? One mistake. Because that is easy thing to do now. Finding out mistakes we auditors are very good at. What is one mistake which is going in this CV right now? कलर तो कोई बुरा नहीं है. एजुकेशन ऑन टॉप इज फाइन, वो भी हो सकता है. स्पेसिंग बिटवीन द वर्ड्स, प्राची क्रैक्ड इट. यस. स्पेसिंग बिटवीन द वर्ड्स बराबर नहीं है. अगर आप ध्यान से देखोगे, आप शुरुआत की इनिशियली इफ यू स्टार्ट रीडिंग द इनिशियल लाइंस, we can understand, but the spacing is an issue. Now how this happens, I'll tell you. Sometimes when you create these things on a Canva, sometimes when you create these things on an iPhone or an Apple laptop, what happens is when you convert it into PDF and bring it into a MS Word thing, this happens. So be very particular, be very clear on all this. This is an unintentional mistake which has happened. There is nothing wrong with the child, but this has happened because it got compressed in this way. So you need to be very clear. जो final output जा रहा है वो दिखना चाहिए. Okay. So that's one. So अब this is matching to my presentation or this is something different? Tell me. What presentation I gave you sections. Now what a proper CA student brain is, sections is like chronological 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It can be this way also, no? Columnar format. Everything got spaced out into one particular page. Correct? So there is no hard and fast rule that what I told you, that this has to come into this particular sequence only. There are various ways. This is one of the way. This was the first one. Can I go to the next one, please? Or do you want to look at it some more time? Give me yes or no in the chat box. Education before experience is fine. We can shuffle this up. As a fresher, you will have lesser post qualification experience. So therefore, you will have more space to write. Because this guy only gave you chartered accountancy and BCom. He did not tell you 10th, 12th and CBSC or MP board or how you have completed your schooling. That can also come in. Can I go for the next one? Second CV resume. Oh, it's the same one. Sorry. It's again on similar lines or not, but a bit different. So what is the difference here? The words are properly arranged, sir, now. And this time the person's post qualification experience is lesser. So he has got a more elaborate articleship exposure. See, now the next question which will come is, sir, can we put client name into our CV? Yes, you can put your client name into CV. There is no problem related to confidentiality. If you're working for a Reliance, if you're working for a Geo, if you're working for a Tata Group company, this is great. But yes, if you start giving specific details about the transactions, then it's a ethical dilemma. So please understand, if I have been a part of Reliance Group, one of the companies, Reliance Jio Infocom was a part of it or a subsidiary of it, having turnover of 10,000 crores is fine. That gives the weightage कि इसने कौन सी कंपनी में काम करा है. So please get this particular doubt cleared from your mind that putting the name of the company is not allowed. It is very well allowed, but you can't give specific details of the company. That's one. Secondly, similar question was coming up. I missed out answering that question. Sir, is it compulsory to put a photograph? I would always suggest yes. It's not compulsory, but it is advised. Why? There are certain gender neutral names. Kiran, Pinky, correct? Uh, there are various names. Kamal. Now, what happens in these situations? When you are into this online atmosphere and online interview, the person doesn't have a visual image of you before interviewing you. And what's wrong in having a proper formal photograph on the CV? My question is that. Because there have been cases where the person who's sending the CV is different, the person who's appearing onto the session is different, and the whole game goes for a toss. Therefore, it is advisable to have a photograph on your CV. Okay? Can I go to the next one? Give me a yes or no. There's a third one. No, no, these questions are there every time, Anuj, and these sessions are meant for this only. That is what I'm trying to tell you. Yeah, this is the third CV. Now, this is in a different way. See, now this is in a columnar format. One column gives your details and then skills and language and industry exposure. And then here you have a proper education profile experience. Got it? Hello? So these things can happen over where you get these formats and templates where, tell me now. These templates are available on Canva. Okay. So you can use Canva templates or you can create your own on a MS Word also if you want to do things like this. So this is third. Can I go to the next one, please? I'm going to the fourth one now. Now this fourth one is the traditional one if you would have seen always. Yes or no? Now this is the traditional one which always comes in. Professional qualification, education. But look at the work experience. How nicely the boy and the girl has put in. Work experience. And then articleship experience. I would like to show you. See, this is what I was trying to tell you. Articleship experience. You can have this kind of a tabulation also. As I was saying, it should have some good white spaces, properly spaced, the quantified points. Like, for example, if you're reading the first point, perform statutory audit and quarterly review of listed entities engaged in manufacturing sector having combined revenue greater than 1400 crores. लगेगा तो सही ना काम किया है. So this is how a tabular and the chronological resume stands out, 1.5 page. Do you think really it's bad or it's a bit old now? Tell me. What best you can take out of this resume? Tell me. What is one good thing about this resume? You can open up your mic and speak up also. मतलब, you are allowed to unmute yourself as far as I remember in the settings. Yeah. Presentation, classic, well structured, clean. Correct. So see, my whole point of showing you these multiple resumes is not to stick to one, but create your own. You are unique. Your experiences are unique. Your presentation and personality is unique. So it should come out in a nice survey. This is the purpose that I'm giving you multiple options, that these are the things which you can do with yourself and your CV. It's a fourth. I'll just open up the fifth one or the sixth one. Okay. Another one. See, this also has done come out clean. If you see, look at the sections. Audit analysis is doing right now. Then in article shape is done statutory audit and tax audit in one, internal audit in another, bank audits and miscellaneous in another. Again, a clean way of structuring your work. Look so nicely into his sections of statutory and tax audit. In internal audit, he has in bracket said listed company, DB Corp, media industry, RSWWM Limited, textile industry. आप देख रहे हो, without using a lot of sentences, within few words he has given the idea to the reader that I have worked in DB Corp in a media industry, I have done internal audit, and it's a listed one. Not even one sentence and the whole information gets conveyed. If you go into the internal audit and look at point number 4, 1 2 3, sorry, 1 2, third point, led a team of 6 members at DB Corp and improved supply chain management function resulting in saving of 12 lakhs per month. So if you remember the guidelines which I just shared with you in the presentation, you should quantify it. It should have a meaningful sentence and it tells what the company benefited out of your suggestion. Correct? Extracurricular activities, technical skills. So that's one more for you. Okay. I think last which was got left out is number 2. ये दिखा दिया क्या? नहीं, this was left out. Yes. This is one more. So the person's detail on the left side and then here and then skills, interests, education, everything together. Now after when I do these sessions na candidates come and say sir इतना तो हमने काम ही नहीं करा है I've not worked on all these so much, these are all flashy resumes. Boss, you have worked, it's just a matter of time that you need to understand that how do you present it. Everybody is doing the same work only. They are auditing, they are finalizing the books, they are preparing reports, but you need to see that how it is being done. Okay, so this happens to be completion from my side. I have stuck to the timeline of 6:30. Now we can have couple of minutes to understand that what you are thinking right now. Couple of things before you speak, I can tell you which field to choose, industry or big four, what is to be done, how will I go, how much package is there, what if I want to study further. All these things are a proper discussion which is to be done in a domain guidance section. Tomorrow we'll be having first is LinkedIn, then Naukri, and then a domain guidance section. So there, by that time, आपका भी दिमाग खुलेगा, your brain will start getting activated. You start accumulating your questions, and then I will have a detailed discussion with you on all these things. What do you all say? Make sense? Now, what is the first thing which you need to do? Let me tell you, you can connect with me over social media on Telegram and WhatsApp. Are you there on Telegram and WhatsApp with me? Yes or no? Because few would have got connected through. Hmm. If school achievements are good enough, you're a head boy or a head girl, you can put it. Are you all connected with me over social media or do you want me to share the links? Please tell me, beta. I will share the links. So, how did you come to know about me then? I am sharing the link of both the things. Just a minute. Okay. Telegram. Yeah. Here is the WhatsApp group link. I am available on LinkedIn also. If you all permit and start your cameras, can we have a small photograph clicked of the session with all the permission from you? Can you all switch on the cameras, please? Okay. Moksh has got an All India rank 44 in September 25. And my guidance in Inter helped. Thank you very much, Moksh. I'm really happy to hear this, that I've been a part of your journey. So nice to hear that. For others, if you don't know, I have been into teaching and training CA students since last 16 years. I teach them at foundation and intermediate level. I don't know, few of them would be my students only here. Yeah, I'll just open up the gallery so that all of us can be together on the session. Yeah. So, how many of you can? If still many of them are camera shy, not opening up their. Yes, nice, 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 nice. Okay, few more. Or can I click? Okay, just a minute. One of two. Okay. Most of them have not opened up their cameras. Hmm. Okay. So this WhatsApp group link is available here. You want me to share the LinkedIn group also, or LinkedIn? I am available on LinkedIn as Deepak Mulchandani. It's as simple as that. If you can watch me there, correct? Okay, video is disabled by the host. I don't know. I'm sorry, because otherwise people have been able to open their videos. Sorry, Deepak. I don't know what technical glitch we have. Okay, so we'll be having few more sessions now coming forward. Make sense for you? You will be there, or will you be only there, or bringing your friends also, telling them something is happening without paying anything? Correct? Because now everything is being bundled and sold nowadays. Okay, in the groups, I have shared the vacancies from EY and EY and KPMG also. Once you go into these groups, you will find those Google forms. Please apply, and if you apply, then we can take it forward also. People who have cleared intermediate, I have shared the articleship vacancy Google form also. It should have reached you, or it is there in those Telegram groups of the classes. Okay, make sense? Thank you very much for all of being here on this. I look forward to have few more sessions with you, and you are aware of the calendar. Next sessions which are lined up. Tomorrow we'll have LinkedIn profile. Day after tomorrow we'll have Naukri profile, and then we'll have session from KPMG. KPMG tax team will have a word with you. Then EY GDS will have a word with you. They will, and then Wipro cohorts. Wipro is also having a session with you on Thursday. Okay. So all these things will be communicated to you over Telegram as well as on WhatsApp. So keep, and you can add your friends also. How many of you can volunteer and help me with one thing, that you can put up a mention on LinkedIn today that we had a good session on CV? Can you post on LinkedIn with a mention to me? Give me a yes or no. कोई कर सकता है? कौन कौन करने वाला है? Who's going to do it? Until when? Because the moment this completes, people forget. Hmm? Will you be doing it? So, okay, Ashi has said yes. Ashi, Aditya, you will be doing it? Okay. 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 So, if you do it today, that will help bring more people so that they can benefit out of it. Okay. Okay. Lalit, remember some of my examples. अच्छा नमक वाली चाय and बन मस्का. Ah, that was network effect. Okay, you remember SM. Great. Chalo. So that's all from my side. See you tomorrow to improvise your LinkedIn profile. Okay. Thank you very much. I must see within right now. If you write that message on LinkedIn, it will help. Otherwise, bhul jaoge. If you can just put a small post mentioning me, it will help. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Recording stopped.